Yo. So if I talk from this far back, so doesn't. Okay, cool. Yo, YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Love you very much. Oh. Thank you for tuning in, baby. Today's topic. What is this? This is day 8. Yes, this is day 8. Today's topic. Today's topic. Gaming and my gaming careers growing up, if I think about it. So, if I really think about this, I don't think I've ever really thought about my gaming career, like how it all started. Now, I'll be honest, it all started with my great grandfather. Great grandfather, I think at the time he was about, I would say he was about, bye bye, by the numeral of like point 0.5. So the man was like, he was in his 70s. He was in his 70s. He was in his 70s and he was a gamer. He played video games. My uncle, well, some of my uncles played video games. Not all my uncles. And I started getting into video games because of that. Like, I saw them play it. I wanted to play it, so was Mac. So obviously, but I didn't. I wasn't into the games that they was really into. I played some of the games as a little bit more up my alley or what they wanted me to play. Like, I think I had played Naruto. I played a game called Shadow of the Colossus. They were really big into, I think it was, I'm gonna say RPG games. What was it called? I think they was really into, I want to say whatever the Final Fantasy franchise is described as. I don't really remember what that's described as, unfortunately. I probably should have did research before. My fault. Unedited, unscripted. I mean, most of my videos are unscripted anyway. So, so I started from those games. I never really played the Final Fantasy. I like Shadow of the Colossus. I played on we had these things called demo disc. Like, I don't think a lot of people probably don't even know what that is. A demo disc. Probably all the older people probably would know this, but demo disc definitely was a disc you bought. You remember you could buy it from the store or so, and would have mad games on there that you can play on. You just do like test runs, and I would play the crap out of those games because it was mad fun. It was over like 30 games on there that you could just play the demo. Like, I didn't care about playing the story. It was just fun playing the demo of it. And then growing up, I transferred over. My other uncle, he had a GameCube, and we had a Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64, we played Super Mario. That was a lot of fun. Still is fun to this day though. Super Mario 64. I remember it took a while to actually beat it because we stopped playing it and we had never actually finished it. But I wanted to. It was a time like when I got a little bit older that I wanted to complete it. I wanted to complete the game. So I went back, hopped on that bad boy. At this time, I think I'm about 13, 14 years. I was like, I wanted to complete this. I wanted to get it over. And I did complete it. I felt good about it. Told my uncle, I was like, yo, complete the game finally. Let's do this. Same with Shadow of the Colossus, because Shadow of the Colossus was a game we started. We started. My great grandfather, he started it before he had died later on. Yeah, he had started, but this was like so long because I was a kid. Like, I was really young. I want to say 8. I want to say 8. I want to say 8. Yeah. It was about 8 years old But yeah, so I saw Shadow Colossus and everybody was playing. It was a game that took us. The only reason it took us a while to beat is because we weren't like we only would play the game whenever we would go over at his house. My great grandfather would never play the game by himself. Like he would, but he would only do it if like someone's there with him. Like he would never just play the game like on his own. He'd just rather sleep or do other stuff. He was a hard worker on top of that. Called him Gang, by the way. But my experience with different games, I've always I've always liked video games. Alright, I had sex in my bothering me. What else was it? So we started from I started from playing games like that, and then I moved up into playing games. It was kind of fun, like your street ball games, things like that. Street ball, which is NBA Volume. I played Volume 2, unfortunately. I never played the original one. I like the second one better than the original. I've watched some gameplay on the original. Second one was better. I didn't play all the older games that other people play, like Golden, I think was GoldenEye 007. I never played that game. We didn't have all the games. We wasn't people that went out to go buy like all the games or whatever. We just whatever we had was whatever we had. On top of it, we did play Kingdom Hearts. We definitely love those games too. On top of that, so we went from playing on what you call it, Nintendo's, swapping over the PS2, obviously PlayStation. Those were the main consoles we had. The Nintendo 64, GameCube, and then the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 typically was always at my great grandfather's house. GameCube Nintendo was at our house, so that's what we was playing on. Nintendo 64, the GameCube. Because whenever we would get whenever it was time for like a system to come out, and my great grandfather, one of my uncles will buy him a new console, and so it was the PS2 came out. Once the PS2 came out, we kind of just migrated the older systems to some of the family members. So we basically like we just sharing around, whatever, no big deal. It's mad fun. Then later on, so we're on speed pass, all this, I'm playing this, yada yada yada. Because after some time, I wasn't seeing my great grandfather a lot, anyway. So back up close into about I would say middle school was about around middle school, about middle school up going to high school, but mainly middle school where I think I was 11. I was 11 to like 13, where I had got into playing on Xbox, and my mother had bought me a 360. And the first few games that she had got me was NBA 2K11 and I want to say she got me wrestling. Nah, I don't think she got me wrestling. I think it was 2K and Madden. And I want to say Madden because I remember that was the last Madden I had ever bought. So I mean, not Madden 12, Madden 11. Because after Madden 12, I just stopped. Because I played Madden a lot. I played Madden Live 06 and all those other games. But then after 11 and then I played 12, I was just like, I just don't feel like playing Madden. I'm not the greatest at the game, so I just like playing it because it's sports games. I was into sports. It was fun for me. I just enjoyed the time playing the game. I didn't know what I was doing. I like playing arcade style. I did whatever I wanted to do. Made random characters, and that's when 2K just became just a normal game that I played all the time now. Going up into high school, obviously, every 2K, my uncle, I didn't have the new stuff. I never really did. I saved up money to get certain things. Like I played wrestling. Like wrestling was the games that I got into like younger. About it was WWE 12. First of all, it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Uncle and I will play each other so much in that game. We go back and forth. Had time of our lives. It was mad fun, mad fun. Then it was WWE 12. WWE 12 was by far the first instance I got into online gaming, like truly online gaming, where I met people, didn't even know who they were, didn't know what I was doing, which is a new environment for myself that I've never experienced. So it was weird. I didn't know what I was doing. I was talking mad trash, didn't really care, didn't know who I was talking to. I was just saying whatever I wanted to say. So I'm just having fun, chilling, playing a game, talking smack. They talking smack back to me and everything. I'm thinking I'm hot shit or whatever. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm nice. I'm nice. You can't touch me or whatever in this game. I'm going crazy. I'm going dumb. Thing about it is that when I did play WWE 12, I'm not gonna say I wasn't the greatest on offense. I was really good on defense. Like I could kick out to save my life, like all hell. But when it came to the offensive tip, I was pretty bad against a lot of other people because there was a thing of unlimited reversals in the 12. Which I don't know what they're doing in W2K22. I haven't got the game and I haven't really messed or really I haven't really paid much attention to it. I let my friends just tell me what's going on. Because that's just me. I'd rather experience it on my own. And I'd rather wait a little bit longer for like the bugs and kinks to get taken out. Only of that game specifically, because even though I kind of want to play it because they said they have ranked mode, and I love the fact that there's ranked. I want to play more. It's more in tune. So I got into those are mainly the sport games I've had. So it's 2K, wrestling, and Madden. But then I got rid of Madden, substitute Madden for what else substitute Madden for? Probably a plethora of different games. Like no matter like whatever I can get my hands on, whatever was free, whatever I felt like it was gonna be fun. Oh, Call of Duty, and Halo. That's when I started getting into Call of Duty, Halo, because I tried to get into those games early on when I was like really young, but my uncle and my mom would not let me because it was like a whole like restriction thing, age, whatever type stuff. So I never played those games. So a lot of people they always look at me, they're like, "What? You never played these games when you was younger?" I'm like, "No," and my family did not let me. They made sure they didn't let me. But I mean, who knows what could have happened if I played games? It doesn't really matter now because I hardly ever play shooting games like that, anyways. I like the shooting games; pretty cool, pretty fun FPS. They're pretty chill. I preferred Halo. Halo's like 10 times more fun for me. I'm not saying it didn't take skill. Like I'm not saying like both games don't take skill. I mean, yes, they obviously do take skill. Call of Duty may take a little bit less skill than Halo, but overall, I feel like Halo both overall both games have their pros and cons too. At the end of the day, Call will always be that one game where people always get mad about it because they're like, "It was Call of Duty, same ish, different day." Halo usually Halo does evolve. OG Halo fans get upset because they're like, "I don't really like this one. I want all the other old stuff back." Like, all right, just evolve, fam. Like you still love Halo. Don't stop complaining. That's the thing about it. That's when yeah, high school was really like the point where I kind of stopped doing a lot of gaming because I wouldn't say I got in trouble. I just didn't game as much. I didn't game as much at all. So things that I didn't. It was a lot of games. I missed out on a lot of games and a lot of new stuff. I was always playing the same game because I never saved up money or whatever to get a new game. I never bothered asking. I'm like, yo, I want this game. I want that game. I'm like, nah, I just didn't. Always got games a lot later, and that's what built up my mindset of still buying games later to this day. As a grown person, I'm just built like that now. But now I'll buy games later for like really specific, more for like better reasons, such as like so like let the games play out. Depending on what the game is, like if it's 2K, sometimes I'll get NBA 2K like release date only so I can grind out and get what I gotta get done, and also because of the fact that there's gonna be a lot of bugs, so we gotta play through the bugs and and it's always fun because we always hear people who got the game later like, yo, I'm so nice at this. I'm like, yo, you don't know what it was like to go through these bugs, brother. So yeah, high school was pretty cool. Then it was closer after high school is when I really started being a little bit more into gaming. Gamed a whole lot more, played a lot of different things across multiple varieties. Across from Fable to Skate to Naruto. Oh yeah, GTA as well too. So it was a lot of different games. A lot of games. Oh, and on top of that, I totally forgot. Also did play the Wii. We played Nintendo Wii. I remember the first time was Black Friday. We didn't know jack about pre-ordering stuff. I didn't know that was a thing. So we go to the store. We're up in there early, and they're like, "Yeah, all this stuff is already reserved, so you can't really do it." I don't know anything about that. I'm a young kid. My mom and I, we don't know jack about. We thinking we good. This is where it was an opportunity where I had made a decision where I could have had a PS3. I really could have. My mom was like, but at the time when the Wii had freshly came out, it was 2007. We were all hype or whatever. 9 years old, kid, whatever. Having time all like, yeah, let's do this, let's get it. And it's like we couldn't get it. Like, oh, okay, wow. So that's when my mom had asked me, "You want to get it like a PS3 or do you want to wait for the Wii?" And at that moment, I had to make a decision. Obviously, you know what choice I made. I waited to get the Wii, and as a result, I got a PSP. Started playing a PSP. That was pretty cool. And that's when what was it? I think. Yeah, this is very unedited. This is very unscripted. I'm really just going off the dome, trying to figure out like how I went into this. So I might cut out some of this stuff. I don't know. Probably not. Whoever wants to watch it can watch it. Oh well. Yeah, but game has always been a part of my life. Now, as I'm older, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna qualify myself as a gamer. It's more like I just casually game now. Like I'm not trying to be very like I'm still competitive in a sense. It's just not as competitive as I was when I was a lot younger. But I will say this though. I was not an all-nighter when it came to playing video games. I cut that joint out by the time I turned 16. Yeah, I stopped early. A lot of other people are like, "What? You stopped early?" Yes, I stopped early because one, I'm not about to. Well, now that I really think about it, this is not my mindset back then. I just didn't want to do it. And on top of that, I was taking medication because my mom thought I had the slightest bit of insomnia, so I was on medication, so I'll be knocked out a lot faster. I would take it. And on top of that, people when they asked me to do all nighters, I really just didn't want to. Like I truly just did not want to pull all nighter because I really just didn't want to. Like I had no need. I had no interest in doing it. Like I didn't see the purpose. So I was just like, nah, I'm good, fam. I'm out. And I'm like, what? You don't want to pull all nighter? Like, and then when I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll pull all nighter. I'm passed out by the time by like 10 o'clock. Yeah, like about 10 o'clock, maybe like 9 o'clock. I was knocked out. So it was like, yo, what happened? I was asleep. Wake up the next day. I remember one time I tried to pull an all nighter, fell asleep in the party. I guess I didn't snore because I didn't get kicked out and woke up. I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. All I did was look up at my TV screen. I was like, I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing up at 6 o'clock? Like at the time, it was a buddy of mine's. It was Hillbilly, King Phenom, Bunny the Boss set, and I think it was one more person that was in there. If I can remember that name, I think it might have been one more person. It might have been I think his name went by Deadly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was Deadly. And I remember it was weird because it was like I was just shocked that they was still up even playing the game, to be honest. But those are good times. Now I'm just a casual gamer. I like to just casually play the game, be very competitive in certain things that I do, rage a little bit here and there. But outside of like in gaming, I do rage. I will admit, I am a rager at times. But the thing about it is that outside of the gaming thing, like real life, I'm not that much of a rager, and a lot of people will get that confused. They think that because of the way I act in gaming, that they'll think that, oh, yo, I'm the same way when it comes down to real life. Like I'm going to rage at a lot of things. That's not the case. I'm actually very chill for the most part. I may get aggravated here and there, but I've learned to just keep a positive attitude and just work on what I've been working. And with that, that's the end of my video. That's my gaming experience. It's kind of jumbled up and mumbled up with everything. And it's a long video too, low key. But I appreciate everybody that came through. I appreciate everybody that watched the video. Make sure wherever you're watching this, you like and subscribe, like and follow, comment, DM me, whatever. I don't care what you do, to be honest. Say what's up to me, fam. Like, just pop in. I don't care. Check in with me. I like to check in back. I don't. Peace out, fam.